Good morning, everyone. It's a new day in the neighborhood, and we're going to be discussing the great and powerful details of more Space Marines. Insert robotic voice, like a phone, where it's like, you've reached the phone number of Bricky. Please leave a message after the beep, or don't. I might not check it. Who knows? Anyway, we are looking at the first Space Marine index cards, part 2. Second index of smaller Marines, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Black Templars, and Death Watch. So let's give it a look-see. Here we are. Let me move you over to the side a little bit. Oh, good Lord. All right. We got, oh, wonderful. They've, oh, not wonderful. I guess I can always just go back. Well, we're starting with Blood Angels, it would seem, I guess. All right, Blood Angels it is. So we have, let me do that real quick. This should be good enough. Actually, gonna go one more. Whatever, it's fine. I'll do it like this. So the Blood Angels, you can only, if your faction is Adeptus Astartes, you can only use, you can use this Sons of Sanguinius detachment rule. All right. The army can only include Blood Angels units, but it cannot draw Astartes units from any other chapter. See, I actually kind of like this art. It's a lot better than the other art that we had for the Blood Angels Codex cover. Red Thirst, we've seen already. It is +1 to the strengths and attack characteristics of the, well, army, I suppose to say, at least on the charge. And if you notice, it says if that unit made a charge move, which I may have missed that in the first video. I don't remember if I did, but it basically means that it only works if you charge them as opposed to them charging you. So a little bit more of a, you gotta be a little more proactive about this, but +1 strength and attack is actually a pretty strong buff in this new reduced attacks and overall power level. So it's interesting. There's of course the old Codex cover, which I never much liked. And then, all right, we now have, what the hell? Stop that, you. We now have stratagems. Angel's Sacrifice is 1 CP, any phase. 1 Astartes character unit from the army that was just destroyed. You can use this stratagem on a unit even though it has been destroyed. Until the end of the battle, each time a friendly Astartes unit makes an attack that targets the enemy unit that just destroyed your character, you can reroll the hit roll. So it is a classic, your character dies, all the Blood Angels get really mad about that, and for the rest of the game, they can murder that person, which is pretty classic. Aggressive Onslaught is a consolidate fight phase stratagem. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in this unit makes a consolidation move, you move up to 6 inches instead of 3, provided it still is within unit coherency and within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. So it just gets you to get in combo with other guys. Armor of Contempt, it seems, is just a repeat, which is a little unfortunate, but all right, I guess they still have Armor of Contempt. I wonder if they only get a couple fancy stratagems and the rest are like normal. So they got Armor of Contempt, I guess. Red Rampage, 1 unit that has not been selected to fight this phase until the end of the phase. Melee weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Lance and Lethal Hits ability. Okay, that's actually really, really good, but they're a bit, they don't synergize, basically. Lance gives you +1 to wound, and Lethal Hits is 6s to hit auto wound. So like, +1 to wound won't matter if you're auto wounding, you know? It's like, it kind of doesn't really matter much, but you know, it's whatever. I guess it's fine. It's just a bit bizarre that they would use that one of all things. I guess it's just 2 different upgrades overall, I suppose. All right. And then we have Only in Death Does Duty End. Oh yeah, Fight on Death. And then Relentless Assault is you're able to declare charge even though it fell back this turn. Huh. Did regular Space Marines have Relentless Assault as well? You're able to declare a charge in which if all fell back. I thought I had something similar, like Attack Doctrine 1 or something. Well, okay, so it looks like 3 of them, or maybe 2 of them. I guess we'll see in the next couple guys as well, but 2 or 3 could be repeats. I'm not quite sure. It's fine. Let's look at the enhancements. Artisan of my guy. I just want to click this. Artisan of War. Astartes model only improve the armor penetration. Well, of course, Astartes model. An armor pen of bears weapons by 1 and the save to 2. Increase the armor pen by 1 is actually very good. It's particularly good on the fact, well, it's the fact that you can use it on guns too is actually kind of neat. Might be pretty good on like a Gravis Captain, actually. The Archangel's Shard. The bears weapons have the anti-chaos 5-up and lance abilities. Do those stack? They don't, right? I don't think they do. So it's anti-chaos 5-up, which basically means you wound chaos on a 5 or higher every single time, which would only be better if they happen to have a minus to wound or if you're wounding them on 6s, which is not that common, but it's still, I guess, nice to have. But giving them bear lance might actually be enough because just it basically is like, hey, this guy always has +1 to wound on the charge, which with extra attacks and strength can actually be really, really good. Visage of Death. While an enemy unit is within engagement range of the bears unit, have the objective control, except including monsters and vehicles. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a good debuff. Nothing too crazy about that one. Each time an enemy unit within engagement range of the bears unit is selected to fall back, models in that enemy unit must take desperate escape attempts or tests as if the unit was battle shocked. When doing so, if the enemy unit is also battle shocked, subtract 1 from it. All right. I mean, okay. They all have good use. I guess I probably wouldn't if you were gonna pick 3 out of the entire thing, because if I'm not mistaken, you can choose 3 and you leave 1 behind. I would probably leave behind the Archangel Shard. 1 because anti-chaos is a bit specific, but also you can give things lance and lethal hits, both just with Red Rampage stratagem. And I know CP is a bit more at a premium nowadays, but like the extra AP and save is pretty good. Having the OC is also pretty good. And just desperate breakout attempts, I guess, could be a bit more specific, but it has its uses. So maybe, I guess. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and go start talking about the peeps. So I don't obviously know a whole lot about each of these individual models. I can't really tell you like if they lost a wound or something like that, but I'm more just interested in what their abilities are and how their attacks are compared to the rest of the game, because I think that kind of is what's more important. Like, does this look good or not? Not is it better than they used to be? Does it look good? Ashtorath is 12-inch move because he flies, T4, 2-up save, 5 wounds, 5 leadership, pretty good, and of course 1 OC because he's just one guy. He has fly, chaplain, jump pack, grenades, etc., etc. Deep strike as well. He has a bolt pistol and the executioner's axe, which is 4 attacks at 632 and hits on 2s. It's actually a pretty high AP overall nowadays. 4 attacks is pretty good, and dev wounds is also good. While the small is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit is destroyed by a melee attack. Okay, so his unit on a 4-up fights on death, which is pretty nasty, actually. That's actually quite good. 4-up fight on death especially for Blood Angels units. And then Mass of Doom. Okay. Once per battle, when this model's unit makes a charge move, this model can use his ability. Oh, mass, like he's like giving it's like a sermon. Okay. When it does, until the end of the turn, a melee weapon equipped by models in that unit have the devastating wounds ability. I mean, it's pretty good, you know. Giving dev wounds to a whole squad is pretty solid. I guess what can you attach with? Death Company Marines with jetpacks. I guess how good he'll be is entirely dependent on how good Death Company are. But I guess there are a couple questions. Like if he's charging, you know, he's getting 5 attacks at strength 7, so that's pretty sweet. Getting extra attacks is really, really good. But if he's also charging along with Death Company Marines with jetpacks or jump packs, then they can actually probably really, really hit. All right. Oh my God, the Ball Predator. The Ball Predator. Oh my God. It can be equipped with one of the following: 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers, storm bolter, 100 killer, then twin assault cannon replaced with the ball flame storm cannon. T10, 3-up, 11 wounds, pretty classic all here. 12-inch move though. I don't remember if the Predator actually has 12 or 10. Ball Flamestorm Cannon is a 622 D6 plus 3 18-inch flamer, which is actually pretty nasty. That is actually a genuinely solid flamer right there. Kind of like the Flamestorm Cannon on the Land Raider. Actually not bad. Yeah. Huh. It's pretty good. You can re-roll advanced rolls made for this model. Each time this model advances until the end of the turn, the ranged weapons equipped by this model has the assault ability, but only when they target infantry. I guess that's maybe to kind of go along with the whole flamer thing and have it be mainly dedicated to advance. You can re-roll advances and you can advance it, but when you do so, it's mainly to shoot down infantry to get your flamer in range, basically. It's actually a pretty good flamer. It's a very good flamer, actually. That genuinely might be something that you would want to take, which is kind of crazy, but cool. All right. Brother Corbulo. Who the fuck is this? I have literally never seen this person in my entire life. I have no idea who this is. I didn't know this model existed. Okay, T4, 3-up save, 4 wounds. He's pretty squishy. He's a Sanguinary Priest. Oh, he's a named Sanguinary Priest. Oh, he has Heaven's Teeth, which is sustain hits 1, 6 attacks at 5/1/1. So on the charge, it's 7 attacks at 6/1/1 with sustain hits, which, considering he hits on 2s, basically is an extra +1 to hit. So it's 7 hits, which is pretty solid. While this model is leading a unit, models in the unit have the Feel No Pain 5-up. Oh, shit. That's really good. While this model is leading a unit, add 1 to the attack characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models. Oh. These are great buffs. What can he lead? Assault squads, dev squads, tax squads, and Vanguard veteran squads. So he leads Firstborn. He basically leads regular old Firstborn. Probably be best to put him with the assault squad because of the whole add 1 to the attack characteristic. That's a flat out add 1 to the attack. Wow. And then the assault squad, yeah, I mean that would be pretty good. Also, if I have a Feel No Pain, wow, that's very good. That makes him quite tanky. He's kind of squishy and not great himself, but wow. Captain Tycho. Okay, I do know Captain Tycho a little bit. T4, 2 wounds, 5-up save. God, the gun is the size of him. Blood Song. Oh, that makes sense. Anti-infantry 4-up. Devastating wounds, Melta 2. 2 shots. 4/1/2 dev wounds, anti-infantry Melta. Oh my god, that's such a bizarre profile. So, but kind of crazy. If he is within 12-inch range of infantry on a 4-up, he does 4 mortal wounds. And if he lands both of his shots, he does 8 mortal wounds if he's within 12 inches of an infantry unit on a 4-up, that is. What in the world? If you Oaths of Moment that's going to get kind of ridiculous really quickly if he gets close enough. Dead Man's Hand, 6 attacks, 4/1/2. So 5/1/2, it was 7 attacks otherwise. That's such a bizarre profile. While this model is leading a unit, each time that unit is selected to shoot, select one of the following abilities to apply to ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit to the end of the phase. He can give himself Rapid Fire 1. Oh my god. If you roll up with this guy and you hit him with Rapid Fire 1, like if you Oaths of Moment the target, like this is obviously a bit ridiculous, but you could do it to like 12 mortal wounds, possibly, and maybe somewhat reliably on a Oaths of Moment infantry unit within 12 of this guy. I might even just put him in reserves to do exactly that. Assault Heavy are also cool though. The first time an attack is allocated to this model, after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks until the end of the battle, change the attack characteristic of the model's Dead Man's Hand to 12. The first time an attack is allocated to this model. So his bodyguards have to be dead. He has to be alone and alive, which is a bit rough to see. Wait, he has a 4-up invul. Does that Tycho guy have an invul? No, he doesn't, but Astrath did. Okay. Who can he roll with? Assault, Command, Tactical, and Vanguard Vet. Your army cannot contain both Captain Tycho and Tycho the Lost. Wait. Is Captain Tycho like a pre-Blood Rage guy? Because because Tycho the Lost also, wait, is... Oh. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to see. I don't know much about Tycho's lore. All right. Chief Librarian Mephiston. That's a great model. A la carte looking ass. All right. 7-inch move, T5, 2-up save, and 6 wounds with only a 5-up invul. Interesting. He has Feel No Pain, though, so that's pretty great. Feel No Pain, 5-up. While this model is leading a unit, they have the Fights First ability. That's his quickening psychic ability. That is very good. We now all know that Fights First is an incredibly powerful ability. While this model is leading this unit, they have a Feel No Pain against 4-up against Psychic. That's the Psychic Hood. Transfixing Gaze. At the start of the fight phase, you can select one enemy unit with an engagement range of this Psyker's unit and roll 1d6. On a 1, you take d3 mortals. On a 2 through 5, until the end of the phase, worsen the weapon skill characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in the enemy by 1. On a 6, worsen the weapon and attacks by 1. Interesting. And it's at the start of the fight phase, someone you're in engagement range with. So there's a pretty good chance it goes off, and there's a good chance it gets like that becomes quite painful. Not only is it a -1 to hit, so to speak, but it's a weapon skill -1 to hit. So it's even more than just that. Because it could be stacked with other -1 to hit. It's pretty good. Fury of the Ancients is his, I guess, psychic attack. It is 3 shots with pistol and sustain hits 1 at 4-1d3. And you can focus it by making it hazardous and getting sustained hits 3 at 5-2d3. 12, nothing crazy. I would argue that the psychic attack of the Terminator Librarian is a bit better. But it's fine, I suppose. He also has the, oh my God, he has 2 hazards. He can just blow himself up immediately. Thank God for that Feel No Pain. His plasma pistol, and then he has Vitaris, his psychic melee. 6 attacks at 9-3d3. 9-3d3. And then on the charge, it'll be 7 attacks at 10-3d3. With Fights First, I mean, that puts down hurt. That puts down a lot of hurt. Yeah, only Blood Angel known to suppress the Black Rage. Yep. Stern Guard, Intercessors, and Assault Intercessors. Okay. Mephiston's looking pretty juicy. I gotta be honest, he's looking pretty juicy. I'm curious how Dante is gonna be, considering how good Mephiston is. Hey, speak of the devil. Dante, 12-inch move, T4, 2-up save, 6 wounds, deep strike. Oh my God, he has a million keywords. Good God. All right. Perdition, melted 2, pistol, sustained hits, D3. Oh God, well, this is such a casino pistol. If you get within 3 inches of the opponent, you fire this thing, God knows what this thing will do. It could just one-shot a tank for all I know, and it could also do absolutely nothing. This is such a casino gun, but kind of funny. The Axe Mortalis has lethal hits with 8 attacks. Wow. And on the charge, it'll be 9 attacks, strength 8, 3 AP, and 2 damage with lethal hits. That's actually pretty nasty. That's a really good weapon. Lord Regent of the Imperium Nihilus. While this model is leading a unit, add 1 to charge rolls made for that unit, and each time a model in this unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. All right. That's going to give a good buff. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within 6 inches of this model must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the result. That's also really good. Also 4-up invul save, of course. Death Mask of Sanguinius. God damn. Okay. It's a little boring, but it's not bad at all. +1 to hit and +1 on the charge are both really good. He hits hard, he's got good weapons and all that, and the Death Mask is really solid too. It's not as exciting as Mephiston or anything, but it definitely seems like it's gonna be pretty good. He can roll around with Sanguinary Guard, of course, Assault Squads, and Van Vets with jump packs. Yeah, I mean, it's a little boring, unfortunately, but he certainly looks effective. So if you're worried about him not being effective, I definitely would not share your same fear, because this does look quite strong. All right. Oh my God, the Death Company Dread. God, this thing. T9, 2-up save, 8 wounds. So a little squishy overall, but not bad. He rolls around with a Meltagun, Stormbolter, and Fists. He can get a Magna Grapple. He can get Blood Talons. And then he can turn into 2 Flamers, which is kind of fun. 2 heavy Flamers. The Blood Talons are 7 attacks at 8/2/3, twin linked. Oh my god, that actually hits really hard. And then +1 on the charge. And then Twin Furiosa Fists are 5 attacks at 12/3/3, and also twin linked. So we've got a more attacks anti-elite, more attacks more strength and AP anti-tank profile. Feel no pain 6-up too. That's handy. Each time this model makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll. While this model is not within 12 of more friendly chaplains, it cannot be selected to fall back and has OC of 0. Right, so the whole chaplain thing with death companies, stopping them from being able to fall back and hold objectives. Each time an enemy unit targets this model, after that unit has finished making its attacks, this model can either shoot as if it was the shooting phase or fight as if it were the fight phase. Wait, really? Wait, each time? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, how badly I wish I could stick this death company like dead in the middle of the enemy with double heavy flamers and just be like, try it. Like, fucking try it. Come on, shoot me. I dare you. Just burn. Each time. It's not going to come up that much. This is not the tankiest of profiles. I mean, it's just kind of crazy to say with T9, 2-up save and 8 wounds, but it's like nothing insane. But good God, that's pretty funny and could be quite hilarious. Magna Grapple, this bearer loses the smoke, but can add 2 to charge rolls if one or more of those targets is a monster or vehicle. This is pretty hilarious. This is pretty hilarious. This can get pretty memey. All right. All right, we've already seen the Death Company Intercessors. We are already familiar with them. No worries here. Visions of Heresy. Kind of actually neat that you can target them with the Fire Overwatch strat for free. Or Heroic Intervention. Regular Death Company. So it seems that all Death Company have a 6-up Feel No Pain, which is good. I like that. Firstborn stat line that we're mostly familiar with. Only 1 OC. Oh, so they only have 1 OC too. Probably to represent the fact that they're a Death Company and they're crazy. We've seen most of these things so far. We've seen all of these things so far. So they're 5 to 10. And if a chaplain model from your army with the leader ability can be attached to a tactical squad, it can be attached to this unit instead. Gotcha. So it just allows you to also use a chaplain from the regular book as into this squad of Death Company. Each time this model makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll of yeah, that's right. So Black Rage is just a flat out reroll the hit roll, but the no chaplain issue, of course. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, that attack has to stay hits 1. If it is below its starting strength, if it's below starting or below half, is sustained hits 2. So you lose someone, you get sustained hits 1. Do they have that? No. You lose someone, you get sustained hits 1. You go to under half, sustained hits 2, which, you know, is fine. Could be pretty nasty in melee. Guns, whatever. All right. Jetpack Marines. Kind of the same thing across the board here. Just with a faster range move, deep strike, feel no pain, etc., etc. The Black Rage characteristic, of course, and you get to reroll charge rolls. Neat. And then here it says chaplain from your army with the leader ability can be attached to an assault squad with jetpacks. It can be attached to this unit instead. I just kicked my camera. Gosh darn it. Come back here, camera. Saved. Fixed. All right. Kind of unfortunate the Death Company can't be led by any kind of captain, but I guess you normally run like chaplains anyway, so whatever. All right. Furioso Dreadnought. This big chunky guy. All right. So Magna Grapple, Heavy Flamer, Melting Unusual. All right. So this is same profile as the other one, just not with the Feel No Pain. Same Magna Grapple ability. Furioso Fists, Twin Furioso Fists, so twin linked or not. Heavy Frag Cannon. Okay. D6 shots, 18-inch range at 712 with blast. And then rapid fire D6. Oh, wow. So within 9-inch range, it fires 2 shots off pretty heavily. That'll put in some hurt to some like middle elite type enemies. Yeah, that actually will hurt them pretty badly. AP isn't great, but the strength and the damage is. Each time the model selected to fight, you select one enemy unit with engaged in range of it and roll a d6, adding 2 to the result if this model made a charge move. On a 4 to 5, they take d3 mortals, and on a 6+, they suffer 3 mortals. Okay, so it's just kind of like a charge, like bam. Or you might just get some in general, but if you charged, it's much higher chance of you getting something painful off. All right. I think we have already seen Gabriel Seth before. The Blood Reaver is a very, very good ability, weapon right there, especially Whirlwind of Gore and Advance and Charge, which is pretty disgusting and very, very nasty. But it, makes it a Flesh Terror chapter instead. Lamarties. We have T4, 3-up save, 4 wounds, Jetpack, 4-up invul, Feel No Pain, 6-up because of the Death Company whole thing. The Blood Crozius has 5 attacks at 6/2/2 with lethal hits. Pretty solid, not too bad. While this model is leading a unit, each time an attack is allocated to a model in that unit, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic. Nice. I know there's some talk about how there's nothing that says the damage characteristic is reduced to 0 in the core rulebook. Basically, normally there's a little parentheses that says, hey, when you reduce the damage characteristic, it goes to a minimum of 1. And I do not believe there is anything in the core rules that says that is the case. So therefore, there is a bit of talk that damage can be reduced from 1 to 0. I think that is total absolute horseshit and should not at all fly. And I don't think that is the intention. GW is known very well for their horrendous proofreading. And I would not believe that for a moment that is how that works. If that is how that works, then it is a horrendous balance decision and should be removed and adjusted immediately. Because the idea of Mr. Lamarties here leading an entire Death Company squad with jetpacks that can only be harmed with damage 2 or higher for the game is ludicrous. Absolute lunacy. So I am positive it doesn't work that way. And if it actually is supposed to work that way, then I hope it gets changed immediately, because that is just a horrid idea. Anyway, while this model is leading a unit, melee weapons equipped by models have the lethal hits ability, which is also pretty great, especially if he runs them with Death Company with jetpacks. Which, speaking of, we've seen a lot of Death Company with jetpacks. Let's look at them, what they can run again real quick. So they can run chain swords, power fists, power weapons, thunder hammers, and close combat weapons, which is just double bolt guns or whatever. So considering with the lethal hits and everything, I'd say power weapons and chain swords and stuff are pretty good. I know they all come with a close combat weapon and regular bolt gun, but they can change to have a chain sword and pistol. And I'd argue that most of them would want chain sword and pistol, or just chain sword and power weapon. Would be pretty darn good with this whole group. So I like that. Maybe even Thunderhammer. Ah, the Librarian Dreadnought. Oh, how I've missed you. What a silly model you are. All right, same stat line before. Furioso Fist, we've seen the Furioso Force Halberd is an extra super psychic attack, 1 attack that is, on a 2 at 9/3 D6 plus 3, which is a very swingy but could be incredibly terrifying strike. The Blood Lance is its psychic attack. It is a 1-shot 10/3 D6 with sustained hits D3. Good God. And then the focused one is also sustained hits D3, but at 12/3 D6 plus 3. So it's got 2 enormously powerful anti-tank weapons. But they're 1 shot each, but could become sustained hits D3. That is so swingy. So crazy swingy, but it could be very funny. We'll see how you roll on that one. While a friendly Astartes unit is within 6 inches of this model, they have the Feel No Pain 5 up against mortals and psychic. Okay, that's pretty good. Once per turn at the Wings of Sanguinius. Oh, no way. Did they actually wait? Once per turn at the end of your movement phase, 1 psyker from your army with this ability can use it. It does roll 1d6, 6d3 mortals. On a 2-up, select one friendly infantry within 12 and remove them from the battlefield, then set them up anywhere in the battlefield that's more than 9. Oh, damn it. I was hoping we would get the flying dreadnought again, where the dreadnought would sprout angel wings and soar across the battlefield. For those who don't know, Library Wings of Sanguinius was an ability that I think lets you move again, or like move 12 inches or something, for the bearer who cast it. So the Librarian Dreadnought would cast it and like fly across the battlefield. And the idea of a giant box sprouting angel wings and flapping over was hilarious. Now it's just basically a Gate of Infinity or the Jump, which is still a perfectly fine and actually quite good ability, come to think of it, when you think about what the Blood Angels want to be, which is in combat, especially for a squad that can reroll charges. Hell, I mean, you put that on the Death Company Jetpack Marines with the Chaplain, you actually might get some pretty nasty stuff. All right. Sanguinary Guard, a very, very, very popular group of models. Let's look at them. 12-inch move, T4, 2-up save. Let's take out the 2-up, 2 wounds. Cool, cool. Angelus Bolt Gun is a 12-inch range, okay, pistol. Interesting, with 2 shots at 401. Okay, so I won't lie, that is a enormous nerf. However, I maybe understand why. The Sanguinary Guard had really good shooting for kind of no reason. I opened up Wahapedia and I never actually ended up using it. Let's go ahead and check out Space Marine real fast here and see what we can snag. So, oh Lord. Okay. Sanguinary Guard. Their Angelus Bolt Gun, I think, was rapid fire 1, 24-inch range, like 4-2-1. Blade Guard Veterans. I did not click on that. I didn't get close to that. Angelus Bolt Gun. No, it's Assault 2, 18-inch range at 4-1-1. So basically, they've reduced the range by 6 inches, given it pistol, and dropped its AP. Which, to me, I think is mostly fine. I always thought that they did way too much damage, especially when you were in Tactical Doctrine. Hitting them with AP2 was just, ugh. So giving him pistol, it's fine. It actually makes it usable in melee, which I think is mostly okay. Wait, what do they start with, though? Angelus Bolt Gun and Carmine Blade. And you can have their Bolt Gun replaced with an Inferno Pistol or Plasma Pistol. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that being nerfed and then being more of like a melee kind of thing. The Carmine Blade, anyway, is 4 attacks at 5-2-2. So it's a slightly better, a higher damage power weapon for the most part. Which kind of sounds about right. And Carmine Sword was 5-3-2. But now they get an extra attack. Whereas, but with less AP. So that's fine. And then they can also get a Power Fist. Each time a melee attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. That's still the same. While a Warlord model is leading this unit, each time a melee attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. And then the Sanguinary Banner gives them +1 OC. Interesting. So the extra OC is kind of neat with the only 1 OC. -1 from a hit remains. -1 to wound would be if you like take, well, it's Dante. It's basically just Dante. I haven't seen anything else like in a run with Sanguinary Guard. Yeah, it's basically, if you're taking Dante and he's leading your unit, -1 to wound, unless there's a different guy I'm not thinking of. Did Mephiston? Mephiston couldn't work with him, right? No, he couldn't. So it's basically just Dante. Oh, wait, no, the Sanguinor. The Sanguinor. It could be the Sanguinor. I mean, yeah, that's fine. This is fine. Oh, if a captain model from your army with the leader ability can be attached to assault squad with jump packs. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's part of it. So a captain that can be attached to assault squad with jump packs, which is, I think, literally just captain with jump pack. So yeah. All right. I mean, they look fine to me, you know. On the charge, they'll be getting 5 attacks at 6-2-2, which in this new changed up world is actually pretty fine overall. You can fire your bolt gun in melee combat, which is nice now, or you can just take a pistol. I think it's fine. I think they look fine. They're not like amazing, like wowing me, but they look fine. Sanguinary Priest. God, look at this guy. Asari's Chainsword. So we got a regular Chainsword. Still gives the Feel No Pain 5 up, but while it's leading a unit, improve the AP by 1. The other guy improved the attacks. He also had a slightly better profile. So it's basically just, do you want more attacks or more AP? I don't know which one I prefer. You can attach this even if it has a captain, chapter master, lieutenant model already part of the bodyguard. Cool. All right, the Sanguinor. I won't lie though, the 5-up Feel No Pain is really good. The Sanguinor. 4-up, toughness 4, 2 wounds, toughness 4, 2-up save, 7 wounds, 7 wounds. Oh, he's lone operative. Okay. I was like, he's tankier than Dante and stuff? Like, oh, well, he's not a leader. That's why. The Encarmine Broadsword is 8 attacks at 632 with dev wounds. That's actually very, very good. 9 attacks at strength 7 afterward. Well, that's solid. So he's got deep strike. He has fights first and lone operative. Wow. Okay. So he's hard to grab, and that fights first is really nasty. Well, a friendly Astartes unit was within 6 inches of this model. You can reroll Battle Shock and Leadership. That's also good, especially in this current Battle Shock world we have. And then once per battle, at the end of your opponent's charge phase, if this model is still in reserves, you can select one enemy unit that made a charge move this phase. Set this model on the battlefield with an engagement rage of that enemy unit. And since he's got fights first, he automatically pops in. And if you want to attack with him first, you absolutely can. He is literally descending from the sky and to immediately murder you. That is actually really, really cool. Oh, well, crap. The Sanguinor can't be attached to the Sanguinary Guard because he's his own personal boy. Oh, well, shit. All right, well, never mind then. All right, I guess it's just Dante. So far, at least. This actually looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, he looks really good. Especially because if you need to be within 12 to hit him, he has 12-inch moving and just get right in your face. It's actually pretty nasty. I won't lie, he looks quite nasty. He could really come in there and put the hurt on. Kind of cool that you can just pick any enemy unit that charged too. All right. Let's see here. There's Tycho the Lost. So the Death Company version of him, same Dead Man's Hand, same weapons, same everything. Leader, Feel No Pain 6 up now, which is because he is now Death Company. While his model's leading a unit, that unit is eligible to declare a charge which turn advanced. That's very, very good. He can be attached to Death Company Marines. Okay. He has the Black Rage, and then Death Vision of Sanguinius. If this model is destroyed by a melee attack after this attacking unit has finished making, roll a d6, adding to the result if the attacking unit contains the enemy war Horus. On a 2 through 3, they suffer 3 mortals. Oh, wow. On a 4 through 5, they suffer D3 plus 3 mortals. And on a 6, they suffer D6 plus 3 mortal wounds. Oh, my God. So if you are killed by the enemy warlord on a 4-up, they take D6 plus 3 mortals or D3 plus 3 on a 2. Holy hell. Even if they just gets killed by a non-warlord, that's still a lot of mortals. There's a good chance he hits there's a good chance he does at least minimum 3. Good God. And he can advance and charge. And he's got this nasty gun. I think Tycho might be oh my God, he has this disgustingly powerful gun, and he rerolls hit rolls too. I think Tycho might be a bit of a baller. I think you should look into him. His model is just dog shit. But I think you should look into this guy. Holy hell. All right. Okay, Sanguinary Priest with Jump Pack. It's a Jump Pack Sanguinary Priest that increases the AP by 1. And that's it. Wow, this is going to take longer than I thought it would. Oh, God. The Blood Angels have a lot of units. Standouts. Tycho is nasty. Sanguinor is also very nasty. Mephiston looks like he's going to bop. And the Libby Dread is also really, really cool. I got to say, for the most part, I'd argue that the Blood Angels came out pretty good. Death Company are nasty for the most part. remains to be seen how good Sanguinary Guard will end up becoming. Their dreadnoughts are pretty fun, and most of their characters are pretty good. I think Blood Angels came out pretty solid overall. They got some nasty stuff. All right, let's do the Dark Angels index now. Is it going to be any faster? I have no idea. All right, we know about Grim Resolve already. I remember saying that I thought it was kind of bad. I'm gonna make this a little bit wider. Kind of boring, but not like bad in its own way. Okay, they have Armor of Contempt as well, so I guess they do keep a couple. Unforgiven Fury. One Astartes unit from your army that has not been said to shoot or fight until the end of the phase. Combat models in the unit have lethal hits. In addition, if one or more of the Astartes unit from your army are currently battle shocked until the end of the phase, each time a model unit makes an attack, a successful unmodified hit roll score on a 5-up scores a critical. Oh. Bizarre. So your shooting or fight phase, my shooting or fight phase, just give them all lethal hits or give them lethal hits on a 5-up if one of you happens to be battle shocked, which is a very common thing nowadays. So it's actually really, really, really good. That's really good. Huh. Holy hell. Fire Discipline. Let's see. Now I'm set to shoot this phase until the end of the phase. Ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit have the Assault, Heavy, and Ignores cover. So you're only going to be using one of those, but one of these front two. But all right, that's not bad. Intractable. End of the turn, that unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge, even though it fell back. Oh, that's kind of similar to the other one, too. Yeah, just not like the Blood Angels was only fall back, I guess. Okay. And then Grim Retribution is your opponent's shooting phase after an enemy has shot one Astartes unit from your army that had one or more models destroy them. Your unit can shoot as if it were the shooting phase, but it must... Okay, so it's a shoot back. It's a shoot back if you lost a guy. And then your opponent's charge phase, after it's done, each time, end of turn, each time attack is allocated to a model in your unit, starts one from the damage. Oh, God. Oh, God. For just 1 CP? Oh, God. Okay, the Dark Angels are eating really good with their stratagems. Holy. Okay. Like I said before, I don't think it reduces it to 0. It reduces it to 1 at a minimum, because this is really ridiculous. Okay. Now the enhancements. Shroud of Heroes. The first time the bearer is destroyed, roll a d6. On a 2-up, send them back as close to the battlefield within engaging range of the enemy units with 3 wounds remaining. If the bearer was battle shocked when it was destroyed, it is instead returned with full wounds remaining. What the hell? If they're getting battle shocked, they're getting better. I guess that kind of makes sense. It's a very unforgiving thing. With they're like, oh, I'm so mad about being battle shocked. I'm back with full HP. Depending on what you revive, this could actually be really good, depending on what you specifically revive. Heavenfall Blade. Add 1 to the attack, strength, and damage characteristic of the melee weapons. While the bearer is battle shocked, add 2 to the attack, strength, and damage of the melee weapons instead. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? Dark Angels are getting battle shocked and they're fucking getting stronger. Stubborn Tenacity. While the bearer is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll if the bearer's unit is below its starting strength, and add 1 to the wound roll if it's battle shocked. Penitent of Remembrance. Blade Guard Ancient, Primaris Ancient, and Terminator Ancient only. While as leading a unit, models have the feel and pain of 6-up. While that unit is battle shocked, models in the unit have the 4-up. Feel no pain. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. What are these? What are these? Okay, I think I'd probably not run the Stubborn Tenacity one out of if I had to choose 3. I'm definitely taking Heavenfall Blade. I am definitely taking Heavenfall Blade. Shroud of Heroes is really, really good too. Pen of Remembrance I would take if I'm taking an Ancient. If I'm not taking an Ancient, I would take Stubborn Tenacity instead of it. But oh my god. So this whole thing, the whole Dark Angels thing is the moment you battle shock me, I get really good. This is so funny. This is so goddamn funny. Oh, okay. Azrael. Oh, it's perfect. All right. 4 up, 4 wounds, 2 up. God damn it. 4 toughness, 2 up, 6 wounds. I screw this up so often. Lion's Wrath. Anti-infantry 4 up, devastating wounds, rapid fire 1. Oh, good God. It's basically just the plasma part of his combi bolter. 8-3-2, 2 attack. Oh, this will hurt really bad. Yeah, this will hurt real bad. That's a solid gun. Sword of Secrets, devastating wounds, 6 attacks. It still has AP 4. Wow. Azrael hitting. He's hitting real good. I haven't. AP 4 is a rare value nowadays, so that's kind of impressive. At the start of your command phase, with models on the battlefield, you gain 1 CP. That is very good. CP is at a massive premium nowadays, and that is a huge bonus. Especially because how good some of these stratagems are. While as models leading a unit, weapons equipped by models in the unit have to sustain hits 1. That is also good. Not as amazing, but good enough, I'd say. War gear abilities, a Lion's Helm. Models in this bearer's unit have a 4-up invul. In addition, once per battle, at any time, the bearer can summon a Watcher in the Dark. When it does, until the end of the phase, models in the bearer's unit have the Feel No Pain 4-up against mortals. Okay, that's kind of the idea of like, instead of removing Psychic, it removes the Feel No Pain against mortal wounds to go along with it. And Azrael is looking... Oh, he can run with so much. Assault Intercessors, Blade Guard, Hellblasters, Infernus, and Intercessor. Azrael's looking kind of chunky. Extra CP is very good. Sustained hits is very good. He hits hard with both shooting and melee, and he's got good defensive ability. Azrael's looking very solid. He is looking better than Dante looked as like the main leader. Well, you also have the Lion, I guess, but he's like on par with Mephiston. Belial, T5, 2 up save, 6 wounds. Mastercrafted Stormbolter, precision. 2 attacks, rapid fire 2, of course. 4-0-2. You might pop a guard character. You never know. The Sword of Silence, also precision. 6 attacks at 6-2-2. Ooh, Belial's coming for the leaders. Deep Strike, of course. Grandmaster of the Deathwing. While this model is leading a unit, each time that model in the unit makes an attack, if the critical hit is stored, the attack has the precision ability. You're gonna kill people with Stormbolters alone. Each time a melee attack is allocated to this model after the attacking model's unit has finished making attacks, roll 1d6 to a maximum of 6 per attacking unit. For each 2 up, the attacking suffers 1 mortal wound. Each time a melee attack, it doesn't even have to hurt him. Roll 1d6. Oh my God. Belial is cooking. Who let him? Who let him cook? Who dared to let Belial cook? This man's making a saute of death. He can run with all kinds of Terminators and all kinds of Deathwing Terminators. Oh my God. Belial, my lord. Ah, Samael. All right. 12-inch move, T5, 3 up save, 7 wounds in his big old bike. He's a leader too, interesting. Mastercrafted Plasma Cannon is a blast plasma cannon that is always overcharged with D3 shots at 8-3-2. And then Twin Stormbolter, rapid fire twin linked to Stormbolter. The Raven Sword is 6 attacks at 6-3-2 with sustained hits 2, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Could really get some extra painful hits right there. While this model is leading a unit, that unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn which it advanced. That is also very good. Cut off their escape. Each time an enemy unit, excluding monster vehicles, are within engagement range of this model is said to fall back. Okay, this is an exact same thing as the other fallback thing. The enhancement the Blood Angels get with Samael. Who can be attached to? Bike Squad, Outrider, and then the Raven Wing ones. He's pretty good. He's not cooking as hard as Belial is, but you know, he's a sous chef. You know, he's a side chef. He still looks pretty good. He's actually got a pretty meaty stat line overall, and he will hit pretty hard. But I guess it just depends on who you're running him with. I guess it depends on how good like Ravenwing Black Knights are. Ezekiel, normally the nasty psyker. T4, 2-up save, 4 wounds. Let's see here. Psychic Hood. While this model is leading a unit, models have the feel no pain against psychic, the usual. In your shooting phase, you can select one enemy within 18 inches of this model. That enemy must take a battle shock test. Yeah, that's fine. War gear abilities. Book of Salvation. While small is leading a unit, add 1 to the attacks characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit. When this model is destroyed, each friendly Astartes unit within 6 inches of this model must take a battle shock test. Okay. Gotcha. Bit bizarre, but all right. He is I guess it's to proc battle shock for your own guys to use the fancy abilities against them. I guess that's the point. A bit weird, but I mean, based on all the Dark Angel stuff, they have lots of things that give them benefits when they are battle shocked. So I can understand why they would want to get battle shocked to get better in a certain way, but it's still a little bit weird. I assumed it was more just to go against what the enemy is doing against you. The Deliverer, pistol, 412. Pretty normal. Oh, he's got Mind Wipe. So it is 1 attack at 6/2 D6 with devastating wounds and precision. But Mind Wipe focused is the same, except it has hazards, of course, but it's anti-character 4-up. So if he's within 12 and you're going to try to get a character, he might just D6 mortals a character. Just turn his mind off. And then Trader's Bait is anti-chaos 2-up. Psychic, 4 attacks at 6/2 D3, which is okay. Well, it'll be 5 attacks with Book of Salvation. Okay, he's not cooking as hard, but he can cook with the right world. There's the possibility that he can indeed cook. Ooh, but it's very specific types of cooking. Okay, all right. Oh, Asmodai. He's here. Mr. Asmodai. T4, 3-up save, 4 wounds. Regular old bolt pistol. The Blades of Reason. Anti-character 2-up. Extra attacks, precision. Oh, so the Blades of Reason is fancy torture device. 3 attacks at 401. It's just extra attacks, I guess, with anti-character. And he also has a Crozius. 5 attacks at 612. All right. Very, very simple. Very nice. Let's check this out. Exemplar of Hate. While small is leading a unit, each time it makes an melee attack, you can reroll the hit roll. Cool, cool. Feared Interrogator. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy character within 6 inches of this model must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the test when they do. In addition, each time this model destroys an enemy character with a melee attack, you gain 1 CP. I see. Okay. And then he can be attached to all the classic Firstborn squads. Gotcha. He's, I expected maybe a bit more battle shock. I mean, there is a little bit of battle shock, but not like a ton. It's not bad. You can still force battle shock on the opponent. And I guess in addition, destroying a character with a melee attack, gaining extra CP is also nice, but it's a little underwhelming. I kind of hoped Asmodai would be a bit more than what he is right here. I expected a little bit more. Granted, I really shouldn't be scoffing at full rerolls to hit in melee. So that is still very, very good. Okay. He doesn't really command much that are great in melee minus the assault squad. Ooh, the Ravenwing Talon Master. 16-inch move. Good God. T7, 3-up save, 6 wounds. It's a leader, though. Okay. It has a twin assault cannon and a twin heavy bolter? Oh, it does. Wow, yeah. So both of those. Power weapon, you know, pretty classic. Well, this model is within 3 inches of one or more other friendly mounted or fly vehicles that has lone operative, so it could be ran that way instead if you wanted it to. While a friendly Astartes mounted or fly vehicle is within 6 of this model, ranged weapons ignore cover. And then once per turn, while enemy unit ends in normal, advance, or fall back within 9, if it is not within engaging range of one or more enemy units, this can make a normal move up to 6 inches. So it has the classic get away from the enemy type thing when they get too close. What can it, wait. Hey, man. You gave him leader, but you didn't let him put anything he can lead. GW, my guy, you gave him leader, and he can't lead. Remember what I said about GW's proofreading not being very good when I was talking about the minus damage thing? He doesn't even need leader. I mean, this here is enough. Like, him having this Talon Master ability is fine. He doesn't really need anything more than that. But, my guy. All right. Moving on. Lazarus. Go to Lazarus. Lazarus. 4 toughness, 3 wounds, 5 ups. God damn, I keep saying that. I keep just like spitting out random goddamn words every time I do these things. 4 toughness, 3 up save, 5 wounds. Good God. Enmity's Edge is anti-psyker 2 up, 6, and then attacks with 6, 3, 2. So pretty classic. I'm pretty sure Lazarus is an anti-psyker kind of guy. While small is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit is destroyed by melee attack. Okay, so it's got a 4 up fight on death when they are in a unit. That's pretty good. This model has a feel no pain 3 up ability against psychic attacks and mortal wounds. It's just him. It's just him by himself, that model. So, it's fine, I guess. Nothing that special. Who can be attached to? Classic Primaris stuff. He's probably the weakest we've seen so far. Granted, fight on death is always really, really good. So, but he's all right. Deathwing Strike Master. I did not know this was a thing that even existed. T5, 2 up save, 5 wounds. All right. He couldn't get his Storm Bolter. He can get a Storm Shield to give him an extra wound. Chain Fist, Mace of Absolution. 5 attacks at 613. Interesting. 613. So, interesting profile. Very specific. While this model is leading a unit, they have lethal hits. Cool, cool. Each time this model makes an attack that targets an enemy that's below half strength, add 1 to the hit roll and a wound roll. So it is a executioner ability to put down the last little bit of the enemy. Strike Master can be attached to all kinds of... Oh, so it's basically a lieutenant. It's a Deathwing lieutenant, basically. All right. We've seen the Deathwing Command Squad already. All their kinds of fancy stuff. They are looking very, very good. The Halberd is also looking very, very good. Deathwing Terminators. So we basically know everything they can do for the most part, all of their abilities and all of their weapons for the most part, and exactly what their profile is looks about the same as I expect. Deathwing is the exact same as the regular Fury of the First. Ignore modifiers and +1 to the others moment. It's identical. There is the Deathwing Terminator Squad is identical to the new Terminator Squad that the Space Marines get. Yeah. All right. I mean, it's a little disappointing. Kind of thought they would have a different rule, but I don't know. Oh well. I guess Deathwing Knights are a bit more interesting, aren't they? All right. They have 4 wounds naturally because they normally have shields, right? And then they have the Flail of the Unforgiven, which is devastating wounds, sustained hits 1, 612, which is pretty good. And then their maces at 613 with 4 attacks, and they all hit on 2s too, which is actually pretty nasty. They also have the same Watcher in the Dark with the once per battle 4 up from the pain against mortals, and they have Inner Circle, which is -1 damage with 4 wounds. T5, 2-up save, and 4-up invul. That is actually really tanky. Damn. Okay. The knights are cooking. The regular squad is a bit dull, but they're still probably going to be pretty good. Oh, they can be equipped with the Watcher in the Dark, too. Oh, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. But, and, you know, getting missiles and stuff is pretty cool. But, oh, yeah, okay, the knights are cooking. The anti-elite hits they're going to be hitting you with are very good. And if they O's a moment, you, there's a good chance that they'll eat vehicles up as well. Yeah, yoosh. That is nasty, nasty. Ravenwing Command Squad. All right, there's the plasma talons we've always seen. Black Knight combat weapon is 3 attacks at 5-2-1. I guess that replaced like the Corvus hammer. Mastercrafted power weapon is 6 attacks at 5-2-2. What are they? It's a champion, apothecary, ancient, and then 0-3 knights. And they're not leaders, but it says, well, it contains an apothecary. In a command phase, you can return 1 destroyed model that is excluding characters. So restoring, I guess, 1 of the 3 Ravenwing Knights, I suppose. And then, well, it contains an ancient on one of the OC, and then honor or death champion. It's the same stuff basically as the Deathwing champions, just with a 5-up invul save. Just Deathwing Command Squad. It's basically Deathwing Command Squad, but for Ravenwing. If a character can be attached with leader ability from an Outrider squad, can also be attached to this unit instead. Okay, I mean, it's fine. A lot of plasma talons though, which is pretty good. And for every 3 models in the unit, 1 plasma talon can be placed with a Starry's grenade launcher. I don't know why you would do that. The plasma talon just seems flat out better. Okay, Ravenwing Black Knights. Here we go. So they have a 5-up invul save base, which is interesting. I guess that is their Jink ability now being put directly into their profile. Plasma Talons, standard, and then supercharged. Starter grenade launcher, pretty. Every 3 models in this unit, 1 model can place the Plasma Talon with grenade launcher. Yep, all pretty classic. I don't know why you would though. I like the Plasma Talon way more. It's just, it's so much better in every way. Maybe the Talon costs points and the grenade launcher doesn't. Who knows? Each time this model is selected to fight, if it made a charge move this turn until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped have the anti-vehicle and monster. The classic Knights of Caliban, the hunting the monsters of Caliban. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good. Their strength is very low, but this can really like put some dents into monsters and vehicles. It won't do much because only 3 attacks each and, you know, 1 damage, but it might do something. Nothing too crazy though. They seem fine. You know, they move fast, they hit hard. They hit hard with plasma talons for the most part. They shoot. Ravenwing Dark Shroud. T8, 3-up save, 10 wounds, and a 14-inch move. It has, what does it have to start with? A heavy bolter or assault cannon. And then crappy melee. All right, it's just all its rule. While a friendly Astartes unit within 6 inches of this models in that unit have the stealth ability, and each time a ranged attack targets the unit has the benefits of cover. That's better. Okay, so it is a 6-inch aura of -1 to hit and cover save, which is very strong. That is a very good defensive buff for the entire unit overall. Just the whole aura of just hard to hit and cover. That's good. That's good. It's a bit squishy. It might die like straight up, but that's good. Ravenwing Land Speeder. It's the Ravenwing Land Speeder Vengeance. Oh God, I haven't seen this thing in ever. Plasma Storm Battery. Blast Twin Link D6+1. Gigantic plasma guns. Okay, sure. Once return to your opponent's shooting phase, when a Astartes unit within 6 inches model is destroyed, this model can use this ability. It can use this ability when it is self-destroy. If it does, after the attacking model is finished making its attacks, model can shoot. Okay, so it's a shoot back. It's shoot back if someone near it died. That's so funny. This is such a bizarre model. Okay, let's look at the real ones. The Dark Talon. Okay, Dark Talon is equipped with a Rift Cannon and 2 Hurricane Bolters. Hurricane Bolters are really good right now. They are 12 shots with Twin Linked, and he has 2 of them. So within 12-inch range, it is 24 shots with full rerolls to wound. And then the Rift Cannon is D3+1 blast and dev wounds at strength 16, AP 4, and flat 3 damage. No more just like immediately putting 3 mortals on you, but this is a good amount of shots, and with blast even more so, and that is just a very powerful gun. That high strength is pretty rare nowadays. That high AP is pretty rare nowadays. And yeah, that'll put some serious hurt. Stasis bomb. Model ends a normal moving to 1 enemy unit and went over. On a 1 through 3, they take D3 mortals, and you must roll a D6. On a 1 through 3, they cannot advance or fall back. On a 4 through 6, they must remain stationary in your opponent's next movement phase. Oh no! Oh no! And it has a 5 invul. Oh no! That is... Ugh. Okay, you're gonna want to kill this thing really fast. This might be the best flyer I've seen so far. Holy hell. Wow. Jesus. All right. Let's see next. Nephilim Jet Fighter. Oops. Oh, hey, Lion. Where are you the last guy? You are the last guy. We've already seen Lion. Lion is enormous. He is disgustingly good. The Lion is ridiculously good. So, yeah, he's just like insanity how good the Lion is. But, all right. We'll just skip the Lion because we've already seen the Lion before. And he is just, oh, my God. Nephilim Jet Fighter. What's it? It runs with Avenger, Mega Bolter, Black Sword Missiles, and Twin Heavy Bolter. The Avenger Mega Bolter can be replaced with 1 Nephilim Las Cannons, which is 2-shot Las Cannons. The Mega Bolter is 10 shots with 5-1-2 sustain hits 1. And then the Black Sword Missiles are anti-fly 2 missiles as well. Each time a ranged attack targets this model, subtract 1 from the hit roll. If that attack was made by a model that can fly, subtract 1 from the wound roll as well. All right. This is a bit more anti-elite general purpose. It's definitely just more of a general purpose and also anti-other flyers unit, which is, you know, a good niche for it. Okay. So in the Dark Angels world, the Lion is the best, I would argue. He just looks just like ridiculous how good he looks. Oh God, he's horrifying. But after that, and we're talking about people who cook, we started off really strong and kind of tapered down a little bit over time. The Ravenwing Dark Talon is terrifying, genuinely terrifying. This thing might become a huge problem, and I would kill it almost immediately every time I could. Besides that, as the stratagems, but particularly the enhancements, are hilariously powerful, hilariously good. I can't imagine putting the Heavenfall Blade on like a regular captain, Primaris captain, and giving him all those extra powers with that like ability to add +3 more attacks. Azrael is cooking really hard. Belial is cooking up those sizzling fajitas that you look at when they walk by. Samael is cooking a little bit, sous chef. Ezekiel is cooking characters specifically. And then everything past there is kind of okay. Nothing too crazy. Everything else is a little bit fine. Strike Master could be pretty nasty too. Overall, I'd say the Dark Angels are looking incredibly good. They are looking very, very, very good. We'll see what the rest of the guys look like, but they're looking better than the Blood Angels are. I'll tell you that. Sorry, Blood Angels. Space Wolves. All right, so we've already seen the classic Deeds Worthy of Saga ability already. Kind of neat, a bit, maybe not great. It's a bit niche, but kind of cool. Let's look at the stratagems. Armor of Contempt, we've seen. Go for the Throat. Fight phase. Enemy unit that has not been selected to fight this phase. At the end of the phase, improve the armor penetration characteristic of melee weapons equipped by 1. If the Saga of the Beast Slayer has been completed by your army, they also get Lance. Okay. So all the stratagems are Saga based. Shooting phase or fight phase, which selects the enemy target until the end of the is selected as a target. To the end of the phase, the models have the Feel No Pain 5 against psychic attacks if it has been Saga of the Beast, and against mortal wounds. If Saga of the Bear has been completed, 4-up, feel no pain against mortals and psychic as well. So this is a defensive, anti-psychic, anti-mortal wound buff, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Very Space Wolfsy. Let's see here. Relentless Assault is the fallback and what is it? Your unit is eligible to shoot even though it fell back or advanced. If Saga of the Warrior Born is completed, until the end of the turn, your unit is also eligible to declare a charge. So it's fallback or advance can shoot. But with Warrior Born, it's fallback, shoot, and charge. Or advance, shoot, and charge, which is very good, especially with the Warrior Born thing. Death Howl is a 6-inch consolidate. If Saga of Majesty has been completed, each enemy within 6 inches, when it ends that consolidation move, must take a battle shock test. Interesting. So it's the better consolidation, but when you get up to them, you also can force battle shock within 6 inches. Armor of Contempt didn't give me anything special with being in a Saga, right? No, it didn't. And then Warrior Pride is command phase character model. Select one Saga that has not been completed by your army until the end of the turn. Models in your character's unit have the benefit of the completed Saga. Okay, so it allows you to gain the Saga for a little bit. Cool. All right, they're actually pretty fun. I like how they work with the Sagas overall. It's kind of a fun, fluffy way to do it. All right, the Pelt of the Beowulf. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy within engagement range of the bear must take a battle shock test. That's fine. Nothing too crazy. Black Death. The bear's melee weapons have the anti-monster and anti-vehicle 4-up abilities. Also fine. Nothing too crazy. Wolf Tail Talisman. Each summon attack is located to the bear, subject 1 from the damage characteristic. That is also fine. The bear's melee weapons have the precision ability and the strength and armor penetration of those that are increased by 1. That's the best one. I'd probably not take Pelt of the Bear. No, I probably wouldn't take Black Death because I don't know what I might be fighting. But it could be pretty good on like a Thunderhammer though, because anti will give you the mortals. Pelt of the Beowulf or Black Death would be the one I wouldn't take. Frost Weapon I'd say is the best, especially because you can give it precision. That could just snipe a character. All right. Logan Grimnar. Yes, yes. He has a Stormbolter. Neat. He is T5, 2-up save, 6 wounds. The Axe of Mordecai is either 10 attacks at 621 or 6 attacks at 823. Wait, really? That's actually pretty good. It's actually quite good. That hits actually really hard. God damn. All right. Once per battle, if you're in your charge phase, this model can use this ability. If it does until the end of the turn, you can reroll charge rolls made for starting units from your army. Wait, hold up. Once per battle in your charge phase, this model can use this ability. If it does until the end of the turn, you can reroll charge rolls made for Astartes units from your army. And until the end of the turn, each time an Astartes model from your army makes a melee attack, you can reroll the hit roll. Army-wide. There's no range limit. And it doesn't say your unit. You can reroll charge rolls made for Astartes units from your army. Model from your... Oh my god. Logan. Jesus. Each time this model destroys an enemy unit, you gain 1 CP. And it's gonna... Oh my god. Logan's cooking. He's cooking up like mutton. The best mutton you've ever had. Holy shit. He can be attached to all kinds of Terminator squads. That makes sense. Okay, and then there's Logan on Storm Rider, which is T6, 2-up save and 12 wounds, as opposed to T5, 2-up save and 8. Wait, actually, that's actually like quite the increase. Does he have fly? He doesn't have fly. And he still has a 4-up. Wait, he's got 2-up, 12 wounds, and a 4-up invul still? God damn. And he's, okay, so he has the exact same rules. Exact same rules. Flurry of claws and teeth and claws. So he gets an extra 6 more attacks at 511. Better movement speed and a better overall profile. And he can be attached to Thunderwolf Cavalry. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. he can just roll up with a bunch of other dudes on wolves with his sled, like, go, go. Oh, that's so baller, man. That's so baller. I'm kind of jealous. I am kind of jelly. Ah, oh, that's so cool. All right. Good old Niall, Stormcaller. Niall has T5, 2-up save, 5 wounds. Living Lightning. It is sustain hits 2, D6 psychic, zap. Or the focused one is 2d6 with sustain hits 2. So it's just a giant like anti-horde lightning attack. Staff of the Stormcaller, 4 attacks at sustain hits 2. 7, 1, 2, D3. It's all right. His melee isn't that amazing. The focus witch fire is a bit better. Each time a psychic attack targets this model's unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. While this model is leading a unit, they have the stealth ability. Oh, all right. It's pretty good. -1 to hit. And then he's tough too. T5, 2-up save, 5 wounds. Does he also go to Terminators? He does. He goes to Terminators as well. He's all right. Yeah. Psychic attack. I promise. We're just using the runes. We're not psychers. I swear. Yeah, he's fine. I mean, putting stealth on Terminators is always pretty good, so I'll take it. Ah, Bjorn the Fell-Handed. I don't know how to do a good Nordic accent. Bjorn. So he's got the same stat line for the most part as the other Terminators do, but from the Blood Angels. But he has a 5-up Feel No Pain. Each time this attack is allocated to this model, halve the damage. Oh shit. Okay. Once per battle, after your opponent uses a stratagem, this model can use his ability. If it does so until the end of the battle, increase the stratagem cost by 1. Damn, he's got a Vect. Fucking Bjorn has a goddamn Agents of Vect. Holy hell. Also, have you noticed that there's no restriction on what stratagem he can use it on? That bitch can just slap that shit right on CP reroll. Hot damn. Hot damn. Okay, what's he have? So he has his heavy plasma cannon, which is D3 shots, all stuff. He has, what does he have? The assault cannon and heavy flamer. The assault cannon can be replaced by any of those. So he has the heavy flamer. The Hellfrost cannon. The Hellfrost cannon is a 612 flamer, or the focused version is 9, 3, and 5 damage. Oh, Lord. That's pretty solid. Then True Claw. 6 attacks at 12, 2, 3. Lethal hits. Bjorn's looking really good. He's looking really good. Damn, he is tanky as hell. And he'll always have at least a heavy flamer and a pretty good melee profile. He also hits on 2s across the board for his shots in melee and ranged. Damn, Bjorn, you're looking saucy. He's looking real saucy. All right. Rock Fist, aka Thor. T5, 2-up save, 6 wounds. Thor hammer. Anti-monster, 2-up, and assault, just 6-inch range, throws the hammer. 8-2-3 damage. And then in melee, 8-2-3 damage. 5 attacks. Well, this model is leading a unit. Each time a model leading a unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll if that unit is below its starting strength, and add 1 to the wound roll as well if it's below half strength. So just if they're wounded and painful, they yeah, they just get better. They have blood of the martyrs, basically. You can target this model for the epic challenge stratagem for 0 CP. In addition, each time this model makes a melee attack that targets a character unit, you can reroll the hit and wound roll. Ooh. That is very good. Very, very good. It's free O's a moment on a character unit. Any unit that has a character. And he can epic challenge them to just beat their ass right through the enemy. And of course, he goes with Terminators. Hot damn. Good old Arjak. Ulrich the Slayer. I don't even know who this is. He has a plasma pistol, though. Oh, he's a chaplain. Artificer Crozius. 622. That's pretty cool. 4, 3, toughness 4, 3-up save and 4 wounds. 6-up feel no pain. While this model is leading a unit at the start of a fight phase, select 1 enemy unit with an engagement range of this model until the end of the phase. Each time a model in this model's unit makes a melee attack that targets that enemy unit, Reroll a hit roll of 1 and a wound roll of 1. If the enemy unit is a character, vehicle, or monster, until the end of the phase is reroll the hit and wound. So, okay, so when it is leading a unit, you just pick an enemy unit that is attacking, and you reroll a hit roll of 1 and wound roll. Unless it's character, vehicle, or monster, you get full, which is very good. While a friendly Astartes unit within 6 inches has, okay, they have a leadership of 5. So they make the leadership better with the wolf helm, and they just are basically just great at murdering characters or big stuff. They are great at killing big things. The Slayer's Oath. Be attached to Blood Claws, Grey Hunters, Long Fangs, and Wolfguard. All right. Ah, Ragnar, of course. T4, 3 up save, 5 wounds. Bolt Pistol, Frost Fang, sustain hits 1, hits 8 attacks at 632, which on average means he'll get probably 8 attacks. The small legal unit, that unit can eligible to declare a charge in a turn to which it advance. Advance and charge. Each time this model ends a charge move until the end of the turn. Add 2 to the attacks and strength of Frostfang. Good lord, 10 attacks with strength 8. Holy hell. And he can advance and charge. Holy hell, Ragnar. Good god. He's coming in hot. And he can be attached to all kinds of things. Just a blender. Just a pure blender. Crom Dragon. I haven't heard of half these people. Wormclaw. Lethal hits. 6 attacks at 722. That's fine. Refuse to accept defeat. That's how attack makes attack. Add 1 to the hit roll. Okay, it's Blood of the Martyrs again. In the shooting phase, you can select one enemy unit within 12 inches of and visible to this model. That unit must take a battle shock test. All right, Forces Battle Shock and Blood of the Martyrs, and it can be, it's basically RJack, but used for non-Terminators. Cool, cool. Harl Deathwolf. Who the hell are these people? All right, Crushing Teeth and Claws is the wolf part with 511. The Glacius is 6 more attacks at 622. Had to cough, excuse me. 6 attacks, or 6 toughness, 3 save, and 7 wounds. While this model is leading a unit, each time that unit makes a charge move until the end of the turn, Crushing Teeth and Claws equipped by models in that unit have the Devastating Wounds ability. So I'm assuming he can lead Thunderwolf. Yep. So the mounts on Thunderwolf do mortals. Once per phase, when resolving an attack made against this model, you can make a saving throw for this model. After you make a saving throw, you can change the damage character to the attack to 0. Interesting. I thought we were mostly getting rid of blanking saves. But I guess so. I guess we can still blank a save, at least for the Mantle of the Troll King. Troll King? I mean, he looks like it. Kind of cool that he can make all the wolves more powerful. Canis Wolfborn. I don't know, dude. I don't know his people. Wolf Claws. Okay, so he's got just twin-linked lightning claws. And then the extra attacks from his wolves. Oh, they hit on 4. Do these guys hit on 4s too? No, his hit on 3s, but this guy hits on 4s. For the wolves, that is. While this model is leading a unit, melee weapons have sustained hits 1. That's good. Each time this model ends a charge move. Okay, they take mortals. They take mortals when he charges in. And he also leads Thunderwolf Cav. Okay. Oh, and he can also just lead Fenrisian wolves. He can just lead wolves. All right. Okay. All right. Now to other people. Wolfguard Battle Leader in Terminator armor. They get the lethal hits ability, and they also, this model is attached to a unit that contains another character model. All character models in the unit have the 4-up feel no pain. So he is basically a what is it? He's a wolfy Terminator that is a lieutenant. He is a lieutenant bodyguard. Basically, he's a lieutenant bodyguard. Yeah, that's about it. Not bad, though. Not bad. Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf, of course, with no picture. Once per battle round. Okay, so they have Rights of Battle, the free CP, and they also have add 1 to the advance and charge. And the extra teeth and claws hit on 4s as well, so That's fine. And then everything else, Mastercrafted Bolt Gun, Thunder Hammer, all the options here we already know and love. Basically, it's +1 to advance and charge. That's what matters for the Thunderwolf. And then you can put them with Thunderwolf Cav, which is always really cool. Nothing else there is really that important because they're leaders, and all leaders have different stat line changes, so we can just kind of smooth past that. Wolfguard Battle Leader on Thunderwolf. Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf is like a captain equivalent, and the Battle Leader on Thunderwolf is the lieutenant equivalent. Yes, it is. So this is the lieutenant equivalent on Thunderwolf, giving the units lethal hits. Once per battle in your opponent's shooting phase, after an enemy unit has finished making its attacks, if this model's unit was targeted by one of those attacks, this model's unit can make a normal move up to D. Okay, so they can make a move after getting shot. Gotcha. That's pretty good. I do like that. Storm Shield. Oh, this Storm Shield gives him a 4-up invul, not an extra wound. Huh. Interesting. Thunderwolf Cav. All right, this is all so far so good. What I expected. Blood Claws. These are just TAC Marines, right? Bolt guns, flamers, grav gun. Yeah, it's TAC Marines, but wolfy. Each time this unit makes a charge move until the end of the turn, add one of the attacks and strength characteristics of melee weapons. So it has the Blood Angels ability on the charge. God, these helmets are awful. So Blood Angels on the charge. Yeah, I mean, they are basically... Oh, these are assault squads? Oh. Oh, they are. They're not TAC Marines, they're Assault Marines. All right, Blood Claws are Assault Marines. Gotcha. Still, they have 2 OC, which is kind of neat. So, Assault Squad is pretty cool on them. Gray Hunters is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back or advanced. Are these tactical squads? Yeah, these are tactical. Okay. Cool. All right. So far, nothing throwing me off right here. So far, we're the same. Wolfguard. These guys are 5 guys here. They're Van Vets. Okay, these guys are Van Vets. While a character is leading this unit, if someone model makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. And they can also get a 4-up invul by a Storm Shield. Heirloom weapons, 5/1/1. All right, yeah. So, Van Vets, just wolfy Van Vets. Yep. Lucas the Trickster. This guy, the Loki guy. What a bizarre dude. Stat line's pretty average. Claw the Jackal Wolf. 6 attacks at 5/2/1. Plasma Pistol, of course. While this model is leading a unit, each time an attack targets the unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. If this model is destroyed by a melee attack after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks, roll 1d6. On a 4-up, the attacking unit suffers d6 mortals and is battle shocked. I guess it's a slight defensive buff guy, but also just like a 50% chance of him turning into a bomb. Just a physical wolfy bomb. And it can be attached to Blood Claws. All right, sure, whatever. Master of Mischief cannot be your warlord. Lucas is such a dickhead. All right, Wolfguard Terminators. These guys are exactly the same as Terminators. They have the exact same ability with the whole ballistic skill ignoring and +1 to the hit roll. They are just wolf Terminators. They are identical. So, yeah. That's that, I guess. We've already seen the Hounds of Mordecai. Super mega murder you if you're a Psyker people. Reavers. All right, Wolfen. This one actually kind of matters. They have 0 OC. That's kind of hilarious. Wolfen are a very popular one. We'll see. They have Wolfen Claws and melee weapons. Any number of models can be equipped with 1 Stormfrag auto launcher, and any of them can have their claws and melee weapons replaced by 1 hammer and storm shield. So Wolfen are T5. They have a 4-up save and 2 wounds. 8-inch move though. They have a 6-up field of pain to go along with that. So they're pretty squishy for the most part. The 4-up save is a little better now than it was because of the lowering of AP, but not by a ton. The auto launcher is fine. I don't know how many points it would cost, but being assault is nice, being blast is nice, and it is a fine profile, but the ballistic skill is quite bad, which is unfortunate. The claws and melee weapons are 6 attacks at 5/1/1, and the hammer is 4 attacks at 5/1/1. The storm shield is a 4-up invul. Each time a model in this unit is destroyed by a melee attack, if that model is not fought this phase, and they have a 4-up fight on death. Okay. At first glance, they look terrible. At first glance, they look horrendous. However, looking at the profile, it makes me think that they're probably going to be not pointed in a way that makes them more elite, and instead pointed in a way that makes them more general. Because overall, this whole profile here, everything here, all these abilities, their actual stat line, it's all terrible. It's bad. It is just bad. So I'm assuming they are going to be dropped in points pretty substantially to make up for it. That's my assumption. I cannot give this a look, because if this was the same points they currently are now, that is just an enormous oversight. It is a horrible oversight. But this makes me think that their profile is being adjusted, that Wolfen are now meant to be anti-horde. These are now meant to be anti-horde units. They fight on death. They're not very tanky, but they move somewhat fast, and they have very good anti-horde profiles. Great at anti-guardsmen and things like that. Eldar, etc. So that's my assumption. We will see if I'm right. But yeah, overall, if you compare them to their current counterpart, they're pretty bad. But I'm going to assume that, I mean, 6 attacks is a lot of attacks. Even 4 attacks is not too bad with the Storm Shield. So I'm going to assume that they're changing profile and probably points costs. All right. Wolfen Dread. The Dread. Stormbolter, Great Axe, and Great Wolf Claw. And it can swap the Great Axe or Great Wolf Claw with and the Stormbolter be replaced with a Blizzard Shield and Stormbolter. Blizzard Shield gives it a 4-up invul. The Great Wolf Claw is 5 attacks at 10-3-3, which is pretty good. But the Great Fenrisian Axe is 10 attacks at 5 attacks at 10-2d6+1, or the sweep is 10 at 6-2-1. Pretty standard stat line overall. We've seen with the other named Dreadnoughts. 6-up Feel No Pain is kind of nice. And Bestial Rage is the exact same. Do mortals on the enemy, and better if you charge, like the Blood Angels one. Pretty good strike, though. Hits pretty hard. Hey, Murder Fang. All right. All I care about is this and the Murder Claws. 6-up Feel No Pain. Each time an enemy unit targets this model after it has finished making its attacks, this model can either shoot as if it was a shooting phase or fight as if it was the fight phase. Oh, God. Every single time. Good God. Good Lord. The Murder Claws. 8 attacks. 14-2-3. Twin linked. Holy hell. Be very careful with this guy. He will absolutely clobber you. Also, notice how it just says that you can fight as if it was the fight phase or shoot as if it's the shooting phase. You don't even have to shoot the target that attacked you. You can shoot or kill whatever you want. Murder Fang and Bjorn are cooking. They're cooking. All right, Thunderwolf Cav, a very important one as well. They start with Bolt Pistol, Crushing Teeth, and Claws, and Heirloom Weapons. So, basically, it's 10-inch move, T6, 3-up save, and a 4 wound count. They can get a Storm Shield for a 4-up invul, which would replace their Bolt Pistol, which they can either give their a Bolt Pistol, a Bolt Gun, or a Storm Shield. I don't know. I'm assuming the Storm Shield will cost points. So I'm assuming that you won't be just automatically choosing the Storm Shield. You might pick like the Bolt Gun or something, just if you need to save on points. Each time, so wait, the Crushing the Teeth and Claws is 3 attacks at 5-1-1, which we've already seen. And then the Heirloom Weapon is whatever weapon they carry at 4 attacks at 5-1-1 as well. Each time this unit makes a charge move until the end of the turn, add 1 to the damage characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit. That includes Crushing Teeth and Claws. Interesting. Interesting. So, extra damage is pretty scary. It says each time this unit makes a charge move, which makes me assume that the characters they work with will also gain the extra damage and the extra damage as well, which means that guy who gives devastating wounds to the crushing teeth and claws might actually end up pulling out some pretty nasty amounts of mortal wounds. I'm having the same feeling with Wolfham. They have very bad anti-tank profiles, but they have very good generalist anti-horde and stuff. And it makes me wonder if that's kind of the goal. I mean, honestly, this is kind of somewhat decent anti-elite. You'll put down, like, it's 7 attacks each guy, you know? If you have lethal hits too, it'll also be very strong. Or lance as well. I just need points. I need points, and I need to see like what the use of them is, you know? Wolves, 2 attacks at 401, 10-inch move, 4 toughness, 6 up save, 1 wound. Can declare a charge in which it advanced. They're just fast wolves. They just go real fast, 5 to 10. Sky Claws. Reroll charge rolls. Each time it makes a charge move until the end of the turn. Makes a melee attack, add 1 to the hit roll. They're Sky Claws. They're basically exactly what you think they are. And then Long Fangs are the heavy weapons squad. The Cherub. This each time this unit remains stationary, if it includes a Long Fang pack leader, so one enemy unit that's visible to small until the end of turn, each time a model, and this unit makes a range that targets that enemy unit, reroll a hit roll of 1, of course. So you'll be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Armorium Cherub to make something an unmodified hit roll of a 6. Classic Devastator squad equivalent. And then Stormfang Gunship. T10, 3-up save, 14 wounds. Pretty good, actually. All right. Skyhammer Missile Launcher, Stormship Missile Launcher. We've seen all these before. It has the Hellfrost. Oh, wait, it has a lot. That's right. Hellfrost Destructor, 2 Skyhammers, a Twin Storm Strike, and the hull. Hellfrost is D3 shots, sustain hits D3 at 11, 3, and 7 damage. Oh, Lord. Or it has a very powerful D6 plus 3 Flamer variant. That is such a casino. It's such a casino. Sustained hits D3, D3 shots with this profile. What a wacky profile. But God, it'll hurt. God damn, it'll hurt. In your shooting phase of this model is shot, if an enemy monster or vehicle was hit by 1 or more of those attacks made by this model's Hellfrost Destructor, till the end of the opponent's next turn, that unit is frozen. Okay, it's the classic 2 from move, 2 from advance and charge. It's got quite the power here. This is just a very strong gun platform gunship. What a Stormwolf. It has the, what is it? The 2 Skyhammer missile launchers, twin Hellfrost cannon, and twin Las cannon. Elements transport 16 Astartes infantry models. If this unit disembarks from the transport before it moves until the end of the turn, that unit is eligible to make a charge in a turn in which it advanced. Before it moves. So it can get out, move, advance, and then charge. Kind of a strange rule. But all right. And then all I care about here is a twin Hellfrost cannon. Focused is twin-linked, 1 shot, twin-linked 935, or twin-linked Flamer D6 612. Wolfguard Pack Leader. This guy allows you to re-roll a Battle Shock test once per battle. This model cannot be your Warlord and cannot be given enhancements. It's just a extra little lieutenant guy to make it so that they can get a few more hits off with some melee weapons and also, I guess, a combi weapon and make it so that you can reroll Battle Shock. Jump Pack, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Pack Leader, same thing. And Iron Priest. Hellfrost Pistol, huh? Little Torrent Pistol here, or a Focused Pistol. The Servo Arm and the Tempest Hammer. Little extra attacks there. Vehicle Tempest Hammer has attack characteristic of 6. Lone Operative, add 1 to the hit roll. Classic wolf-based tech marine. Cyber Wolves, 4 attacks, 2 wounds. While Small is leading a unit, have a it's the leader for the Fenrisian Wolves. Ha! So the Small makes attack targets an enemy unit below half strength. Add 1 to the hit roll, add 1 to the wound roll. Oh, so it's an executioner thing. That's hilarious. He leads a unit of wolves. Wolves and wolves. Wolf Scouts. In your opponent's turn, if this unit is more than 6 inches away from the enemy models, you can remove this model and put it in reserves. Scout instincts move. Space Wolves Venerable Dreadnought has the Hellfrost Cannon that we've seen already. Plasma Cannon. The Great Fenrisian Axe. While in a friendly, a Astartes infantry unit within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1 and reroll a wound roll of 1. Wait, hold on. This is really good. This is an extremely good aura. A very, very good aura. Hot damn. I might take him for that aura alone. Wait, holy hell. That's actually really good. He's a little squishy, though. And then there's the armory. Okay. Okay, damn. So, I mean, a lot of Space Wolf stuff are just regular ass units with the word wolf in them for the most part. The biggest question I have here is the biggest question a lot of you will probably have, which is, I don't know how to feel about the Thunderwolf and the Wolfen. Thunderwolf and the Wolfen are a big, big part of Space Wolves, and I think that they are just kind of in a different niche, and you're not really going to take them for their anti-tank killing ability. You're going to take them for their maybe just generalist everything ability. But here's the thing, right? They have attacks with like 1 AP, 1 damage, maybe 2 damage if you're on the charge with Thunderwolf. But if you do the stuff that the Space Wolves get, right? Completing their sagas, being able to like get lethal hits changes that a ton. It changes it massively. And then like sustain hits helps that a lot as well. So being able to like, I don't know, like 1 character model from your army has destroyed 1 or more enemy monsters. Like if you just blast with Bjorn and blast a dread with Bjorn, that might end up getting what you need there. Next thing you know, they're actually very good at killing anti-tank because of all the lethal hits. Some of the stratagems, especially, have some decent uses. Like, you know, extra AP can be really, really handy. I don't know. Like, it depends on that niche. The characters are cooking, though. The characters, especially Logan. Holy hell, Logan. Logan is cooking. And Bjorn is cooking too. Bjorn is really cooking. So there's some people that like, and I mean, you know, the characters in Space Wolves should be the thing that cook. If anything is cooking in Space Wolves, it should be the characters. That's their whole point. The entire point of Space Wolves is big, strong characters that deeds are sung about them, right? So as far as characters go, they have some pretty good stuff. But as far as their units go, I'm a little iffy. Honestly, this is one of those situations where points will really matter when it comes to both the Wolfen and the Thunderwolf Cavalry. It'll make a giant difference. I mean, points always matter, but specifically for them. Okay, hopefully Black Templars are a bit shorter. We're getting a lot. This is a long episode. I didn't think it would go this long. All right, classic goofy looking ass Black Templar guy. We've already seen their vows. Stratagems. Fervent Acclamation. Character unit from your army, select 1 Templar vow that is not active. That unit gains that vow. I expected that one. Devout Push is the classic from your army that has had 1 or more models destroyed. This is the move D6 inches. If Abhor the Witch is active, it is 6 inches so long as closer to an enemy psyker. So that is shoot and move me closer to them ability. No Escape. Stars unit with an engagement range of that unit. Roll 1d6, add 1 to the result if the accept any challenge on the odds is active. On a 4-up, the enemy unit cannot fall back that phase and must remain stationary. Otherwise, that enemy unit can fall back this phase, but if it does, all models in that unit must take a desperate escape. Okay, pretty classic as the other no escape thing, but with a little bit of an extra flair with the accept any challenge part. I'm assuming they will have Armor of Contempt. Yep, they do. Vicious Riposte. So the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit was destroyed, if that model has not fought, roll 1d6, add 1 if uphold the honor of the Emperor. On a 4-up, do not remove the model. They may fight on death. So it's a fight on death with a bit of a benefit. And then Crusader's Wrath is end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a melee attack, improve the AP by 1. If Suffer Not the Unclean to Live, it's strength by 1. So it's pretty basic buffs overall, but with a bit of an increase if you have a certain vow, which is cool. These aren't wowing me as much as Dark Angels and Space Wolves are wowing me, but it's fine. Enhancements. So each enhancement has a vow version as well. So improve the strength and armor penetration of the melee weapons by 1. If Suffer Not the Unclean to Live is active, add 1 to the attacks as well. It's pretty good, actually. Strength and AP is quite solid. Ranged weapons have the Precision, Anti-Psyker, and Devastating Wounds. Of course, the Psyker one. If Abhor the Witch is active, each time the bearer makes a ranged attack that targets a Psyker, you may reroll the hit and wound roll. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, especially with Anti-Psyker 4-up and Devastating Wounds and Precision. It's pretty good. Okay. Sigemon's Seal. Improve the attack characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons by 1. While the bearer is... That's it. While the bearer is leading a unit, if the accept any challenge no matter the odds vow is active for your army, some model that makes a melee attack. Unmodified hit roll of 5-up scores a critical hit. So you'll be wanting to combine that with a sustained hits. Wait, which one is accept any challenge no matter the odds? They all get sustained hits 1. So yeah, it becomes sustained hits 1, becomes sustained hits on a 5-up. That's the whole point of it. It's only the bearer's melee weapons, which is a bit meh. Oh well. And then Tannhauser's Bones. Each time an attack is allocated to this bearer, have the damage. While it is using Uphold the Armor of the Emperor, they have models, and then you can have 5-up Feel No Pain. Is Uphold the Honor 6-up Feel No Pain? Yeah, it is. So it's just a 5-up Feel No Pain instead of a 6-up, and you get half damage for the bearer. Yeah, I mean, some are really good. I think the best is probably, probably Sigismund's Seal, I'd say. That you could make an argument for Perdition's Edge. Tannhauser's Bones is actually really, really good, though. I won't lie. That is actually really... They're all pretty good. They're all very good. It just depends on what you're running. You know, they become significantly worse if you're not running that specific vow. But based on the CP thing, you could always give that specific vow to a various army. Like, hey, I'm going to spend 1 CP on my guy that has Tannhauser's Bones. And that basically just means 1 CP for a free 5-up Feel No Pain. You know? So it has its use. Nothing crazy, though. Grimmy D. Grimaldus. All right, I'm just gonna start skipping this part because we're getting a little bit too ridiculous with how long this video has become. I knew for the Space Marines, I didn't expect it for this. But I mean, their Satlin looks fine. So they have a 5-up Feel No Pain. That's pretty good. All right. Plasma Pistol, standard. Artificer Crozius is the classic attacks we see here. And then he's got a bunch of his weird servitor boys and a 4-up invul. While Grimaldus is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, you can reroll the hit roll. That's good. In your command phase, if that unit contains 1 or more Cenobite servitor models, select 1 Relics of the Emperor Ascendant ability to see left until the start of the command phase. This unit's captain at Grimaldus unit has that ability. 1 or more. So it's just pick 1 of the 3. Advance in charge or fall back in charge. 5-up Feel No Pain or AP +1. Yeah, those are all pretty good, I'd say. All those are useful. And it's the command phase too, so you can just really make it, pick it pretty solidly. And they can be put on with any kind of Sword Brethren or Crusader Squad, etc., Inferno Squad. I mean, yeah, full rerolls to hit is pretty good. He's got good Feel No Pain, and all 3 of these have nice options. So yeah, I mean, nothing's crazy, nothing really like crazy there, but I'd still say he's worth probably taking depending on his points. Crusader Squad. You can reroll advanced and charge rolls made for this unit. Wahoo! Crusader Squad is, I'm pretty sure they're just like a huge tactical squad, right? Yeah. They're a giant tactical squad that can also have neophyte initiates, which are, neophytes and then other models, which would be initiates and sword brothers. So, yeah, I mean, gigantic squad of up to 15 crusaders. Yeah, that's pretty classic. All right. Helbrecht. Okay. So T4, 2 up save, 5 wounds. What can he lead? Okay, he can lead classic Primaris squads. He has Ferocity, which is a anti-infantry 4-up, dev wounds, sort of kind of okay combi bolter. He has a fine-ish combi bolter for the most part. And his Sword of the High Marshal, one-handed, is 12 attacks at 631. Holy hell, he kept his AP3 on his sweep? Jesus. My God. And then two-handed is 833. Good Lord. Well, this model is leading a unit, add one of the strength characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit. Each time an attack is made with such a weapon, a successful modified hit roll of 5 up scores a critical hit. Oh, God. So he can get sustained hits 5 or lethal hits 5 up with him. Hoo-wee. At the start of the fight phase, select one enemy unit with an engagement range and roll a d6. On a 2 through 3, they suffer d3 or 4 through 5. Oh my, okay, so Grimaldus is the big buffing character. Helbrecht is like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to murder you dead. Wow. Yeah. What are their, do they have a lethal hits one? They do. Suffer not the unclean to live as lethal hits, and then except any challenge by the odds of sustained hits. So if you pick either of those with Helbrecht, he is going to boost it to 11. Oh, they just rip. They just rip people apart, don't they? God damn. Crusader Squad. I think we've seen, no, we didn't see this one. Scout inch 6 move. Reroll advance and charge rolls for this unit. Neophyte Firearm is basically just an assault bolter with lower range, I guess. The classic Neophytes being slightly worse. And then other models, initiates and stuff being slightly better. And an ungodly number of insane upgrades and adjustments you can take here. But it's basically your big ass intercessor squad with lots of attacks and things, which is cool. And, being big and chunky with a big scout move. Classic crusading crap. We've already seen the Sword Brethren. They are looking mighty fine. They are looking mighty, mighty strong. Good damage, good attacks, and great buffs overall. Just in general, like very solid unit. And tanky too, 3 wounds each. And they count as intercessor squads too, which is also very good. The Emperor's Champion. Let's see this guy. The Black Sword. He either has precision at 6 attacks at 833. God damn. They've been keeping the AP high with some of these Templar characters. Oh dear. I'm not sure about this reduced lethality anymore. Or the sweep with 10 attacks at 621. All right. Once per phase, when a melee attack is allocated to this model, when the saving throw is failed. Okay, so it has blank save. It has blank save ability. All right. Sigismund Heir. Each time this model makes a melee attack that targets a character unit, add 1 to the wound roll. And yeah, with precision. So he rolls up to a character unit and just starts hacking away, and he can parry really well. Just bing, which is kind of what I expect for the Emperor's Champion. Cool model too. He's good at killing. He's good at killing characters, and that's all that matters. The Castellan. All right, this is like shoot and declare a charge turn which it fell back and gains lethal hits. This is your classic lieutenant style guy with his combi weapon, heavy bolt pistol. Yeah, so he's a lieutenant. Giving lethal hits, if he's in the same squad as like Helbrecht, that's gonna be really good. Because then, and you can choose the one that gives you sustained hits. So you get lethal hits and sustained hits on 5s to hit in melee. Good God. It's going to tear things apart. All right, you have your High Marshal, or just your Marshal, I guess. They have Rights of Battle and Finest Hour. It's literally identical to the other captain, the Primaris captain. It's identical. It's just a Marshal. Or at least close to identical. It's good, though. He's very good. Black Templar's Gladiator Lancer. What? Oh, right, because you can like put a multi-melt on it. That's like the whole point. Yeah. It basically lets you put multi-meltas on all of your Lancers and Reapers and stuff. It's fine. I'm just gonna skip past these if you don't mind. Maybe there's some slight changes, but I don't know. The Impulsor can put a multi-melta on it, so let's get past that one. The Repulsor can put a multi-melta on it. Let's get past that one. The Executioner can have a multi-melta on it. Oh god, and then the Armory. All right, cool. We're done with that. All right. God damn it. It's kind of hilarious. Okay, I do this one will be a little bit faster. We'll skip past all the vehicles because it doesn't really matter that much. Wow, the Templars are cooking. Their melee is hot fire. God damn. They are high AP, which is shocking. I didn't think they would keep it. The characters have high AP sweeps. Helbrecht rips. Grimmy D is also pretty darn good, has great benefits and buffs. And then all the stratagems and enhancements combined with the various vows you can take really rip. They're not as bombastic as the Space Wolves, having all these kinds of different like inspiring saga abilities and really strong. Instead, they're just kind of like, hey, what's up, Doom? I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to stab you in the throat. Which is fair enough. The Space Wolves are singing about saga and song and deeds of legend, and the Black Templars are like, I love racism, and they're gonna murder everything they see, every witch, every single alien. Pretty classic. All right, last but not least, the Death Watch. Let's see the Death Watch. Their special ability is basically a classic. Oh, goodness gracious. Each time an attack targets a kill team unit that contains different toughness. All right. Oh, that's like the toughness thing with kill teams. They basically have doctrines, but just a little different overall. All right. Armor of Contempt they have as well. Adaptive Tactics. Up to 2 kill team units from your army. For each unit targeted, select one, Fervor, Tactus, Malleus, or Purgatus. That mission tactic is active for that unit instead of the mission tactic. Okay, so it's gain a new one. We've seen this. Teleportarium. End of your opponent's fight phase. Up to 2 kill team units from your army. Remove those units from the battlefield. In the reinforcement step of your next movement phase, set each of them up on the battlefield 9 inches horizontally. Not select any units that are within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. Huh. Okay. So this is just literally like the Grey Knights thing. It's site-to-site teleportation. Yeah, it's the Grey Knights ability. Remove and place for up to 2 of them. 2 kill team units or 1 Astartes infantry. Like this one is also 2 kill team units or 1 Astartes infantry. Hellfire rounds. Up to 2 kill team or 1 Astartes infantry, excluding vehicles. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons have the anti-infantry 2-up and anti-monster 5-up. You cannot select any targets that have already been targeted with either the Kraken rounds or Dragonfire round stratagems. Oh, speaking of, Kraken rounds. Same thing, 2 kill team or 1 Astartes. Improve the AP of ranged weapons by 1 and the range by 6. And then the other one here is give it assault and ignores cover. All right, so all of your fancy special ammunition are now stratagems. It's fine. Not my favorite. I kind of wish they were built in, but whatever. Enhancements. The Thief of Secrets. Improve the strength, damage, and AP of characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons by 1. If an enemy model is destroyed by the result of a melee attack made by the bearer, at the end of the phase, just model. Until the end of the battle, improve the strength, damage, and characteristic and penetration by 2. It's pretty darn good. That's basically the same thing as the Dark Angels one, except you don't need to be battle shocked. You just need to kill an enemy. A model, in fact, which is crazy. All right. The Beacon Angelus. Models in the bearers, you don't have the Deep Strike ability, and you can use Ingress for 0 CP. But like you don't have to be a Terminator, basically. You just be whatever you want. So that's pretty cool. The Osiris Key? Watchmaster or Tech Marine only. the start of the enemy opponent's shooting phase, select one enemy vehicle unit within 12 of invisible to the bearer. That model must take a leadership test. The test is passed until the end of the phase. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, select one for the hit roll. If it has failed, that unit is not eligible to shoot this phase. Oh my God. It's a bit specific. It's vehicle only, and it's only 12-inch range. But if that goes off, that is crippling. Imagine like a repulsor executioner. Guess what? You don't get to shoot anything. Not even a -1 hit. You don't get to shoot anything. So you have to make like a giant bubble outside 12 of this guy. And it is the start of your opponent's shooting phase, so they can move out of your bubble. But even so, this is probably not going to be that good because of the restrictions it has, but on paper, it's terrifying. But I don't think people will take this one because getting out of 12 of the bear isn't that frightening. You can probably do that pretty easily. The Tome of Ectoclades. Once per battle, after you have selected an enemy unit using the Oath of a Moment ability in your command phase, the bear can use as enhancement. They are on the battlefield. When they do, select one enemy unit until the start of your next command phase. Each time that starts model from your army makes an attack that targets either of those enemy units. Roll. Okay, so it's basically a second oath. It's a once per battle, 2 oaths of moment. Basically the whole point. I mean, all right, that's fine. Nothing like crazy. It's all right. A little lukewarm. Watchmaster. All right. The Vigil Spear is just a 2-shot, 2-damage bolter, I guess. The Vigil Spear melee is a lance. 6 attacks at 6/2 D3. It's actually pretty all right. With lance plus 1 to wound, it's actually pretty good. While small is leading a unit, that unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge, in which turn advance or fell back. Oh, really? Advance and charge and advance and shoot. Oh, wow. Once per battle, after your opponent uses a stratagem, if this model, it can do it has a vect. Watchmaster, so it has a vect as well, and it can be with Proteus Kill Team or Death Watch veterans. It's actually pretty good. Great ability here, and actually pretty good melee. Watch Captain Artemis. The Hellfire Extremis is a anti-infantry devastating wounds flamer with AP1. Mastercrafted power weapon, pretty classic there. 6-up, feel no pain. While this model is leading a unit, you can target that unit with a stratagem, even if that stratagem has already been used on another unit from your army this phase. In addition, that unit can be targeted with stratagem even if it's battle shocked. All right, extra strats, that's good. The first time this model is destroyed, roll a d6, and at the end of the phase on a 2-up, set it back up to the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed, and not within engagement range of enemy units, 1 wound remaining. I mean, it's fine. You know, it's fine. He's really not giving me much. His attacks are okay. His flamer is not bad against infantry, but it's fine. It's all right. Okay. Okay. Kill Team Cassius. I'm just going to read the abilities and leave it. While this unit contains Chaplain Cassius, melee weapons equipped by models in this unit have devastating wounds ability. That's pretty good. The Death Watch Twin Bolt Gun has 2 shots. The Frag Cannon has some pretty good shots there with Rapid Fire D3. The Vigil Weapon is good shots. Psychic Cleanse. The D6 shots at 5/1 D3. That's cool. Force Weapon. It's a Force Weapon. Psychic Hood. We know what that does. Jump Packs. We know what those do, right? Yeah. 4-up invul for Chaplain Cassius and Kill Team only. It contains an epic hero of Chaplain Cassius and then 8 Kill Team veterans, a Terminator, and a Biker with various names. Good God. Good God, dude. It's a grab bag. It's a grab bag full of all kinds of bullshit. Each time this unit makes a battle shock or leadership test, you can reroll a test. That's pretty great. Also, I won't lie, this entire unit getting devastating wounds while the leader is still around, actually kind of great. So I won't lie, that is actually pretty good overall as an idea. So maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh on it, but holy hell. Oh, I'm going past it. Death Watch veterans. We've already seen these guys. Big Hammer. We've already read these guys in the Death Watch episode. Death Watch Terminator Squad. Each time this unit ends a charge move, that each enemy unit with engagement range must be battle shocked. That is also pretty good. They have the Teleport Homer ability also, which is pretty great for the free rapid ingress stratagem. And then all the weapons are about what we expect to see. Cyclo missile launchers, assault cannons, storm bolters, and so on and so forth. Smashing in someone with a battle shock is pretty good. I think this is what Terminators have in general. The assault Terminators for the normal Space Marines. So doesn't seem much different. Veteran Bike Squad. They have turbo boost. You basically can give them Xenophase blades or long vigil melee weapons, that whole thing. All right. Pretty classic, just Deathwatch Bike Squad. Okay, Corvus Blackstar. Actually interesting now. T10, 3 sub save, 14 wounds. Stormstrike missile launcher. The Black Star rocket launcher has 2 of them, and it's blast, D6 plus 1, with the possibly the extra shots at 501. I mean, yeah, it can have a Hurricane Bolter, which is also pretty cool. And it can also have an Auspex Array or an Inferno Halo Launcher. Halo Launcher gives it smoke. Auspex Array gives it ignore cover. And the Cluster Launcher makes it so that you can fly over someone and roll 66s, and each 5 up is immortal. And it's also got stealth for -1 to hit. So that's kind of cool. It's just a big anti-infantry, like multi-purpose flyer for the most part is what it seems like. Oh, it's a transport too. That's right. It's also a transport. Yeah, it's fine. Proteus Kill Tree. My guys, please. Deathwatch players, why? Model this unit makes it attack the target's an enemy, and a unit that's not below half strength at one of the hit roll. Okay, so it hurts people that are not wounded. Okay. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, I can't do this anymore. Same thing with the Fortis Doctrines. Like I said, it's the opposite. It's to destroy things that are below half. So you hit him with the Proteus, and then you kill him with the Fortis. Oh my god. Indomitor kill team. Below wound roll. Flamestorm god. Oh my god. Please. Make it stop. I can't do this anymore. I'm having an aneurysm. It's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours of this shit. Deathwatch. Figure this shit out on your own. I can't do this anymore. I'm out. I can't. I gotta.